liberal exposure. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Every day that goes by that Trump's in office, we learn more about how dedicated he is to saving our nation state, and at the same time, how dedicated the Democrats are to shattering it. Now, if there were any doubt, I mean any doubt whatsoever, about the Democrats' true intentions with immigration, those have been totally wiped out in just 3 months of Trump 2.0. Now, when he started deporting, they started grandstanding and filing lawsuits. They want open borders at all costs, which means protecting the criminals at all costs. And when they say, well, of course, we support deporting violent criminals, that's meaningless, and it's also untrue. The White House put up yard signs of the worst aliens arrested so far, and listen to the exasperated reaction over at MSDNC.
They put them up on the driveway of the White House. What's particularly noteworthy about this location is it is right directly behind the positions where TV correspondents do their hits from the White House lawn. So therefore, no matter what network you're on, that includes MSNBC, if you're doing a hit from the White House right now, those pictures will be behind you.
Okay, they're forced to report the truth. That's what they don't like. It's like at my kid's school, if you give a certain amount of money, you get your name up on the driveway. But this is the truth of what Biden did. He released criminals into America. And the press avoided as much as it could reporting this for 4 years. And now, as I said, they're being forced to, which makes them very uncomfortable and mad. They didn't report on people like 49-year-old Rasmain Sankara of Burkina Faso. He was arrested just last week. His criminal history? He was convicted in New York for rape in the first degree. Or Jose Chicas Martinez of El Salvador. He was arrested last month. He was convicted in the state of Virginia for aggravated sexual battery of a victim who was less than 13 years of age. And that's just to name a few. Now, the reality is much worse. The White House released a list of 100 of the worst illegals. But wait a second. I thought Democrats insisted all these people were honor roll students and future engineers. How insulting that always was to the families of the victims, to legal immigrants who did it the legal way. And how insulting to the victims themselves, to the pain that they endured because Biden allowed these animals into this country and then released them into our communities.
He attacked her. He dragged her 150 feet, blood gushing from her head. It left a 150-foot trail of her blood to the culverts, where he picked her up, he threw her against the wall of the tunnel, and he raped her.
To Democrats, yeah, that's a little sad, but it's all collateral damage. Meanwhile, the pain they pretend to care about, the children of illegals being deported with their parents.
I understand this child's mother entered this country illegally, but isn't there some basis for compassionate consideration here?
The children aren't deported. The mother chose to take the children with her. Now, when you enter the country illegally, and you know you're here illegally, and you choose to have your citizen child, that's on you. That's not on this administration. If you choose to put your family in that position, that's on them. But having a U.S. citizen child after you enter this country illegally is not a get-out-of-jail-free card. It doesn't make you immune from our laws.
Thank God for Tom Homan. I say that at least 10 times a day. He exposed CBS there and Margaret Brennan. It's obvious now that the left, the Democrats, the media, they never cared about the child separation issue. The kids were just anchors for more illegal immigration. Here, Trump is keeping the families together in their home countries. And the media is complaining? It's absurd. They're exposed again. And speaking of absurd, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, who thinks America will rally for his C-word attack on Trump's border and deportation policy.
Never before in my life have I called for mass protests, for mobilization, for disruption. But I am now. These Republicans cannot know a moment of peace. They have to understand that we will fight their cruelty with every megaphone and microphone that we have. We must castigate them on the soapbox and then punish them at the ballot box.
And at the buffet line. Sorry. What's cruel are the horrid high taxes and soft on crime policies that drive Illinois residents to flee his state. The point is, Trump is delivering results here. Only 9 illegals have been released into the United States from Inauguration Day through April 1st. Okay, I don't know why any are released, but for some perspective here, on a single day under Biden, go back to December 22nd, 2023, 4,832 illegals were released. The human smuggling cartels, right now at least, are largely giving up. The massive drop in the border encounters also tells the tale.
Under the Biden administration, we averaged over 11,000 many days, over 12,000, even some days 15,000 illegal entrants in the United States. 15,000. You know what the number was the last 24 hours? 178. 15,000 to 178. Unprecedented success.
Again, understand this. This success, which is keeping Americans safe, infuriates the Democrats. They prefer our immigration policy to be written by, let's say, the UN. They do not recognize as legitimate our right to bar the entry of any migrants whatsoever. And they're mistaken in believing that Americans are going to vote based on these immigration sob stories.
Some of these individual cases are resonating with people, and they're like, yeah, I want stronger border security, but that doesn't feel good to me with these human stories.
Liberals are so committed to open borders and fast-tracking citizenship and voting rights for illegals, they'll actually risk losing election after election on this issue. That's the definition of a fanatic. And they can't hide it. We cannot count how many of their judges act like they're running strategy for the ACLU's migration project. That horrid Milwaukee judge arrested for obstruction of immigration enforcement. Come on. This has been going on, though, for years. Massachusetts, it's teeming with immigration advocates in black robes, sneaking illegals out back doors of courtrooms to evade arrest by ICE. It's juveniles and it's stupid. It's also lawless. Remember, the Democrats are post-America. You have to understand that. They do not believe that the United States is a legitimate nation state, or that our borders have any moral significance, or that our citizens should have any privileges that are not shared with the rest of the world. They believe that any person from any country can come here at any time, stay as long as they want, vote in our elections, send their kids to our schools, and be entitled to the exact same set of legal and constitutional rights as American citizens. And they promote these goals every single day. And they will never stop unless they are defeated so badly and so often that they're forced to change their position. They're not there yet. But fortunately, the Trump administration is handing them the defeats that they deserve. And that's The Angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.